And that was Nyx.
Nyx! Yes, I know I'm not playing with you right now. And I was leaning down at a funny angle. There was no reason to smack me in the face. There we go. And the chat will appear on the screen. That's the second cam. You only need one audio.
I know. That's
what I can do is I can check over here to make sure that the audio is actually going. That it's actually doing audio.
Yeah.
Yep. Audio's good.
Good. Working on today is finishing up painting an Amphora. So drawn on, and then the background gets painted in.
Yes,
then
Kat.
come
yes,
through
I
and
know. It's terrible.
get all the detail work done, which is what I'm working on right now. So, just thinking, well, just doing something a little different today. Plus, that way we could be inside where it's warm.
The studio is currently, made it up to 48 degrees.
Yeah. And it's without the heat on.
Yeah.
But this is the last stages of painting for this guy here.
Yeah.
And sitting on my lap, several pounds of Amphora.
About 10.
Yeah. As she said it from the background, about 10. No big deal, just crushing my lap. Can put up with it for a couple hours generally before I have to take a break because it's heavy. Also, well, considering the weather, cold, it's a nice heavy heat sink and sucks the heat right out of your legs. There's my phone making noise. What is that? Oh, really? Is that all? I got an email notification. I got now streaming. Very helpful. Oh, these little lines. And this is where I usually have like audiobook or movie in the background or music, but I'm doing that right now because of copyright. People can see it, okay, then my thing isn't covering up too much of the painting. Gold together. So here shortly she'll be sitting right there doing drawing. Okay. Oh, let's see here. sometimes a permanent freeze is so big or close up to my face and have a hard time. Eyes get tired really quick. So farsighted. If they're really big, they're really close to my face. Practice of deep, dry, nice, even line, you know. You okay?
Yeah, she deposited a cork on my foot again and then was tapping my leg with her claws.
Oh, fun.
She's like, it's playtime. Must play, must exercise the kitty by playing fetch.
And there is no chat bubble here, but
It'll pop up on the screen.
okay, because it's doing it through the laptop rather than the usual computer.
Yeah.
So the layout of the whole thing is just a little different.
And I'm not sure whether or not we have the restream chat app on this.
That we did.
I can infiltrate clicking buttons and see if I can get it.
Yeah.
Yes, Nix, just don't boot me in the face again, okay? Yes, I'm on the floor. This is interesting. I'm not playing right now. I found a spool of thread down here, though.
Oh, well, that's always interesting. Gee, I wonder how it would have gotten on the floor next.
Oh, God, I hit the camera. Okay, no, nothing's... It didn't go away.
Oh, dear. Do things a little different sometimes.
Typing on keyboard sideways is awkward. Yeah, that's what I... Yes, Nix. Oh, I see the corks come back. Totally wrong direction, Cat. It went that way. I'm not sure I can type things in at this angle. Especially with your keyboard, which
is a little different. Laptop's keyboards are really awesome.
Also, it's the light shining off the keyboard at this angle. It's rendering the keys not as legible as they could be. Now, where is that letter? There you are.
Upside down is easier than sideways.
Sideways is hard.
Yeah, it is.
I can read letters upside down just fine.
You can read things that are sideways, but trying to type something, and it's just off by about 50% there.
Yeah. I'll get chat up eventually for you.
Yeah, hopefully before it's over.
Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna put that over here. I'll get it small. Come on between and close enough to see the details, and far enough away to be able to focus on the details. I think people who are nearsighted have the better end of the bargain. No.
It's easier to be close to the world than far away from it.
I couldn't be nearsighted. That would be easy.
Oh, now you're going to give me a captcha?
Oh.
So after all, how you prove to be human is... What is a bus? as many buses as I see, computer. There we go. Now it's open.
There we go. Yeah.
Got your
tail. And then it's trying to
rotate
it without rubbing any of the stuff off. It's just sometimes
tricky, especially if it's when it's the band details top and bottom.
Yeah.
We only ever do the design on one side of it at a time.
Yeah, because there's sign all the way up here and all the way down.
Well, tip it the other direction. There, see the bottom back.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Have I mentioned that it's heavy? Yeah, even something that is round is, you have the balance issue, but it's the large and round and heavy. This one came out with really good aspect ratio of the shape, basically. It's one of those ones that's actually like the way this one came. Well, sometimes it's, I don't like the shape here or there. You have something made and there's part of it that you don't like.
It just irritates you the entire time.
Yeah, this one, it just, the pieces through well, they're connected well, stuff's painting in well. These are good for painting in the sun because they're cool and it draws heat sinks. And that's why it's good to have a heat sink on until it starts cutting circulation on you. But yeah, it has happened.
You feel like you have to reinflate your limbs.
You fluff the legs back up. Because I feel like they've been flattened.
Yesterday when I torqued my ankle because it was sitting on my lap.
Yeah, because she was drawing the design onto the piece.
Drawing the panel she's now painting.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that it's centered right now on the guy with the arrow stuck in his back.
That would hurt.
Yeah. The reason why, even on the original, is he had this kind of very panic-looking pose.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like earlier. It was like, it's the middle figure. I'm like, okay, good, I can move on to, oh dear, I forgot his head.
No big deal, just his head.
It was sketched in. No, it was the third figure. It's that guy's head. It's like, okay, good, I finished the final foot. I'm done. No, I'm not.
Yeah, because you were saying something about fingers. And I've been painting them in. Oh, look. The arm stops at the wrist. Here, let me try.
Yeah.
Just free-handed in with my paintbrush. Well, it's a hand, or not really little.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, that's
Well, it's one of the two ladies on the other side. It's like the hands weren't going in right because she has her fingers interlaced. And I'm like, screw this, I'll just do a rough scribble. It'll be the right shape. I don't look down at it. It's like, and now it looks like interlaced fingers. Good, moving on. Random scribble. It's like, okay, good. It looks like fingers.
Yeah. So sometimes it's fingers. It's not coming out. It's not coming out.
Never mind, it's done.
Or you just kind of like, there's some
hurts.
lines missing. Well, just freehand them in. What's the worst? I have to scrape them off and start over again, which is the equivalent of like erasing.
Except the erasing one.
And I will just freehand it in with the paintbrush. Comes up perfect.
Yeah.
And it's kind of okay. And other times it's got things, all the stuff's draining perfectly.
And the line, or the paintbrush refuses to follow.
Yeah. Or it'll act as a resist. And it won't. I can't get the lines to go over the stick. Yeah, and it's kind of. Well, that's not nice. So we have, both extremes.
I have a picture that I need to take out and whitewash, but that one's going to be a little more involved because it's starting the Florence animal set.
Oh, yeah. I really like
I'm
it.
sat in the United Kingdom next to my friend who studied the classics. And what do I see but this on stream from you peeps?
Oh, cool! Oh, that's kind of neat. Thank you for watching. Yeah, like doing the
That's a scene,
reproduction pieces.
the scene from towards the end of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Ray's going around, shooting the would-be suitors full of arrows.
Ugh.
This is like the third or fourth time that we've had a piece of pottery with that set of designs done on for people who are Navy.
Yeah. Imagine this on a big naval boat.
No, I think it's more for
I know.
whole, but
I know.
business. You what? Make a little bolted mount to hold it in place?
Oh God, I know. But it just suddenly, you said that and I go, just imagine, yeah.
The original design that was that's being replicated here. It wasn't on an Amphora, it was on a skiff though. So
Is this a commission? Yeah, this one's a
this
commission.
is a commission.
But we do more of them, so it's kind of like, if you want to order one, we can also do that too. So.
We can do it on a variety of shapes.
Doesn't have to be a giant Amphora. Which, no, this one isn't giant. It's just when it's sitting on your lap, it feels giant.
We're not particularly big people.
Yeah.
The joke being we're a small family business. The tallest, I guess, is 5'4".
Yeah. He's short. Yeah. It doesn't take much to be the tallest one in the house, no, does it?
No. The two of us are 5 foot.
Yeah. I wear small gloves.
Anything extra small is not available.
I can't wear the kid-size gloves because the fingers are too short.
Yeah, I can make kids gloves.
You have stubby hands.
Yeah, cross your fingers.
Didn't get that in.
Yeah. I'm doing the stealth thing. In which case, I'm being very careful not to touch what I've just painted.
Yeah, because that's wax.
Yes.
It's a pain to get the wax off of wax.
Yes. Get the wax off my toaster.
Yeah.
Along with quite a bit of interglaze.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing that interglaze doesn't stain. Otherwise, all my pants would be stained with underglaze.
Because you have a tendency of cleaning your brush off.
Yeah, I go like this onto my pant leg. So it's kind of like, because it kind of gets all caked up in the brush. Because underglaze is pretty. And that's why I can't have a nice paintbrush.
It's also why we order paintbrushes
Direct from the manufacturer.
direct from the manufacturer.
It's cheaper that way. Because, yeah, I go through paintbrushes really quick. Paintbrush will last about 6 months. Oh, and then they slowly get worn down.
And if they're no longer suitable for our use,
Well,
they go for rougher uses like
See?
wax.
Let's see. Those are the same size brush.
Yeah. One of them almost has almost
This one right there.
bristles.
Used to be that long.
I'll hold it over the black area.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah,
There.
that's a good
There
shot
we
of it.
go. Yeah, so that's what I do. Use the white nylon brushes because they last longer. Don't use the real.
Oh, you don't use the nice animal hair brushes on clay?
People ask, well, why don't you do that? And I go,
Why? They don't last long enough?
and they're a lot more expensive.
They degrade so quickly.
Yeah. Because you're drawing basically animal hair on a gritty surface with a gritty medium.
Yeah.
And it just wears them away. And 1984, they were fun. They were, with a lot of the Greek pieces, it was a matter of experimental archaeology, because how did they make them? There's no directions anywhere.
Oh, heck
You
no.
you look at it and you have to figure out, so how would I do that?
The closest you get are the depictions on some Greek pottery of
Yeah.
people making them. Not digging
kinda
the clay,
cool.
but yeah, there's that one hydria that has a potter's workshop like on the shoulder region.
Yeah.
I forget what the rest of the scene is because I always zero in on the potters up on the top of it.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. It's frequently the
And then
scenes on the pottery don't all represent one story. I just got my mugs. Thanks. They
Cool.
look fab. Great.
I'm glad you like them. Doing something a little bit different today. Also, that way I don't have to go outside where it's cold.
He got over cold this past weekend.
That was cold because it was cold. And it wasn't supposed to be that cold this weekend. We were not amused. We were promised sun. Where's the sun? I'm going to go for a walk anyways. Doesn't matter if it's in the 30s outside.
Next, leave
It
the
was a
pottery
nice walk
cabinet
because there's
alone.
nobody else out. Because it was, well, in the
Next,
30s.
I have the squirt bottle. Yes, think about it. I have it, don't I? Yes, turn around. Be innocent now. Cats.
Yeah.
Doesn't generally try to pull things out of the orders folders.
Is that what she was doing?
Yes. I think it was in an attempt to get into the pottery cabinet, the in progress shelf. But she's like, this paper's sticking through there. If I pull on it, maybe I can get in. And then she's watching birds out the window.
Yeah. Cat TV with that.
With total innocence. I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. You wouldn't like it out in the shop in these things. It's cold.
I really need to go through the brushes and wax stuff and dispose of some more.
Yeah, because that's where brushes, old brushes go to die.
And you're getting better at using up more of the life of a brush before it comes this direction, because they don't last for as long anymore.
The brushes that last better are the underglaze. So yeah, by the time they're kind of like, oh my
Already
goodness.
toast. Yeah, moving it over to the other
Yeah.
side.
But I want to make sure I keep it in.
In shot.
Yeah.
Because you don't generally work with the camera quite so close.
Yeah. But don't think you'll be able to see it.
Because if the camera was that close when you were throwing, it would get spattered a lot more than it does.
I was going to say more than it does.
More than it does, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the reproduction pieces.
Yeah.
And also all the different styles. Oh, it's interesting
Instead
to
of
see the
specializing in one culture, specializing in doing recreations, which is a little bit different.
doing ones that are modernly usable.
Yeah. Because if you can't use it, what's the fun of that?
I mean, there's a place for art pieces, but I prefer
And
an art
the
piece
China
that
cabinet.
is functional. Yeah.
I inherited fancy formal china.
We do not live a fancy formal China lifestyle.
So this was decades ago. I got the china cabinet, so the china had someplace to live.
It's a
Other than
glorified
a
museum
box.
case.
Yes. Well, it is kind of set up that way.
Yeah.
Could have had something to do with taking museum gallery studies classes, in college, which was fun.
Yeah. And there was that one time we were going around the Hatchets exhibit, having just taken that course, when we realized we had an audience tailing us because we were going through and talking about what all the different meters and gauges in the cases were.
And
We're
not
there
to
for.
mention the pieces.
Oh yeah, because we try to play, guess the dynasty, or
Yeah.
looking at the label. Once we realized we had a following, we spoke up a little louder, so they didn't
So
have
we weren't. We don't want to talk too loud.
you interrupt other people's viewing experience. And it's like, oh, we are more interesting than the canned dialogue in the
For pretty much anything in this room.
Yeah.
Well, that's how the museum makes money.
Yes, the rental of the
Yeah.
curator and a can. Because they were what, earbuds? Which
Yeah.
just the idea of rented earbuds now just
Headphones, I think.
Yeah, but still, it's been on somebody else's head.
I know. You wouldn't do that now, so.
Oh no.
But yeah. That was a thing.
Yeah, it was fun. Plus, it was like the last
It
day
was,
or last few days of that exhibit, so all the stuff in the museum gift shop was on sale.
you buy things from the museum gift shop because that's what keeps the museum.
Yeah, that's the best way, short of doing a direct donation. A lot of museums, that's how they keep going, is sales from the gift shop.
That's why stuff's so expensive. Gift shop.
Yeah.
Well, for one thing, they have to purchase it.
Oh,
Second of all-
another thing that we learned in museum studies.
Oh yeah. So it was kind of like before that class, never went to the gift shop.
Oh.
And now when we go to a museum, I've gone to a number of years now, but you should go there and you buy something from the gift shop because that's what keeps the
museum open, lets
Yeah.
them find things.
so yeah,
Helps them, keep
help support your
conservation of the pieces up.
this helps support your local museum. So it's like
I was like when we had the
Nick,
chance.
I don't think you want underneath this. She likes to get underneath the blanket.
Cat shadow.
No. Yeah.
Nix, don't mess with the cords.
Don't do it.
Nix, I have a squirt bottle. Oh, you know those words, don't you? Nix,
Nix.
I'll squirt you in the butt. There. And now she's gonna lick the water off her butt. got to go to, when we had that chance to go to the Getty Villa in Malibu. That's all the Greek collections.
Yeah.
First
Well,
thing
we
we
had
did
one
was stop.
customer made us promise we would go
Yeah.
right after that event.
Yeah, because it was two
'Cause-
events that were in the wrong order, so it was a wider gap time-wise.
We-
between the two than
It was
should
like
have
3 days
Yeah.
between the 2 events, so it's kind of like
There's
it
one
was only like 2 or 3 hours away. So it's here.
The other side of the
Fine, fine.
One of those places where we drove through the snow zone
Was it early October?
in October in Southern California.
Yeah.
But it was wonderful getting to see those things in person.
Oh, it was.
And then we had 3 security guards following us around because we thought we were casing the joint.
Because I kept trying to look at the backs of things and even underneath bits of things. And
We only lost our trio of security guards when we went. The line quality on this one, the border's crooked and the lines are crap. Our pieces aren't so bad after all. And they go,
whispered
history geek.
Yeah.
They left us alone the rest of the day. I mean, the first thing we did when we got in was to stop at the bookstore.
Oh, yeah.
We got, what was it, 10 books for like $200 because we rated the home clearance display. Some good ones. There's books that are.
Poor Nick, so oppressed.
Yes.
Better than being depressed underneath the Amphora.
Yes, squished. She's crawled under the blanket down at floor level now, I think.
Yeah, because now she's pulling her foot on.
Oh, she's crushing your foot.
No, she's
Tensioning the blanket.
tensioning the blanket, which is fun. There we go. There. My foot. Poor kitty. So abused, neglected, not spoiled at all. Like
Totally
other
not
cats.
allowed to chew on the USB cord to the camera.
Yeah, you can't chew on the USB cord. Leave it alone.
She is obsessed with USBs.
Yeah.
She is a cat.
She was
with a
trying to
vision.
chew on your new headphone cords the other earbuds. And it's
Yeah.
no.
This is the cat who likes earwax.
Yeah.
She'll pull out Q-tips and roll on them.
Yeah.
So I can see why she was enamored.
No,
with
it was the
earbuds,
cord,
but
not
the
the
cord.
the
What?
cord in particular.
I caught her trying to rub and chew on the buds themselves as well. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
talking about you, kitty. Giving me innocent face right now.
Better take this out of my mouth if I want to.
Yes, it is a little difficult to drink tea through a paintbrush.
Yeah, I don't think it would work too well.
No.
That's the sound of an email. Should I look the email broken open? Peek the stripes on the pillow here, which is always a skin lines for this design. Some of the bone. It's a matter of putting this in with the little ones. So.
Meow.
Oh, poor abused kitty.
Meow. Oh. Now this climbs out of the arms, sits on the back. Like,
Yeah.
should I get down or should I just hang out?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, kitty.
Butters.
Butters.
I got all but one done the other day. So.
Oh, this one was done since that.
Okay.
So you didn't miss one.
I think
This
must have
one's-
missed one. Huh.
Nope. You did not miss it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
That one was only drawn on like a day or two ago. And we did the other ones last week. I know, you're always disgusted by my the wax brushes.
I won't use your wax. I never clean the wax.
Oh, I do. All at once. Once I no longer have any brushes that are not malleable.
Malleable, yes. Well, the wax kind of dries in the brush. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is not
It was
malleable.
kinda like, yeah. No,
It goes thunk.
it does stop. I'm not going to touch it under here. I don't want to get the wax on it.
Oh, okay.
I need to adjust the.
There's several depictions of potters doing decoration of the different historic sources from different periods.
Yeah.
And they'll show them holding the pottery in their laps, in their hands,
Yeah.
the painting. They don't work at tables.
You have to get easily done. Because
No,
it'd be
it's a round object.
yeah. And if it's not sitting upright. Also, painting like that is a lot harder on the body than it is.
The only depiction that I found of some of people working with it on a table involved, it was a black and white photograph from the late 1800s. And they were on little beanbags and bowls they were painting on the inside.
Yeah.
A bit different than working on large round objects.
Not sure how to do something like this and straight. Is what I call an underglazer is exacting.
Otherwise known as a scritcher.
Yeah.
With the horrible sounds it makes.
Skitch. Yeah. We go through lots of blades as well. And scratching the.
Oh,
Boy.
it's got it. We got a kitty facing shot.
Oh.
What's the matter, Nix? Is that Amphora in your spot? Is it terrible?
Oh.
Is she sad, kitty?
Being a sad kitty.
Hey, Nix, do you want under my coat? Oh, look. Do I get kitty cuddles?
She wants to be right here.
Oh, here we go. Nixie.
Give me your dead brushes and I'll use them to paint lumpy terrain paints onto miniatures. Okay,
Oh,
send us your send us your address and we will.
Yeah, because, well, there's another dead brush. That one is no longer usable for wax because it's kind of palm tree shaped.
Yeah.
Or there's like the, mind you still use the dot brush.
Oh, Kitty has been replaced. Nix, don't chew on the brace. No. That grindy sound, that was her. She's
Nix.
chewing on this bit here.
Do not chew on the support.
Most powerful thing. Support beam. It's a funny game.
It's kind of old now thinking about it. It was re-released as a classic with upgraded graphics.
Yeah.
Like, I played that as a kid. What do you mean classic?
That's horrible to feel old, isn't it? You could private message us or something if you
Yeah.
get us your address.
Oh, there's also the email on the website. And the
Oh, the
website's on the
email.
screen.
Ah, yes. the email that's on the website. You email us your address and we can send you dead brushes. It's better than throwing them away.
It just I know that you can like get brushes and it's the thing that happens and there's a point where if we have no usable life. They have no life left that is usable to us.
Because they go from me to her and then to the...
They go from my painting cup to the wax cup. And from the wax cup, then go like it. So there's a couple of brushes that they were in bad enough shape that I just disposed of it. It was one of the large brushes that I used to do the big backfills on Greekware, where I just got rid of it the other day. It was in really bad shape. It was supposed to be a flat.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
It painted grid lines. Well, but I'm in the UK, so shipping might cost more than it's worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shipping overseas is expensive. Mind you, shipping to the UK is not as expensive as shipping to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had, one of the Amphora that we did just last year went to Australia.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't another before it was a writing that went to Sweden.
And that's
the crucial pottery to it was the nectar attached to the castle.
You should do castle restoration.
That was cool.
Yeah. Just trying to remember the exact word.
Yeah. Basically, big castle conservation.
Yeah.
Macro version.
Yeah.
Like the Adam Savage video that we watched the other day, which was conservation on, aeronautics.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
It's heavy. Yeah.
like spacecraft and things of that nature. Okay, that's cool.
The stuff that's now in like the Air and Space Museum.
Yes. One of the things that they were conserving was Neil Armstrong's spacesuit that had walked on the moon, so that when they were doing trying to stabilize the materials and everything, they found moon dust still in some of the folds.
Yeah. And there's times where there is no good angle. Sarah?
Tweak that head sideways.
Yeah. Of course, why not?
Painting Amphora frequently results in numerous sore muscles.
Okay. Go.
Looked up like that an unfinished piece. That was the right size.
Yeah.
Is the one the saying on it in Greek is, "This is my circus, but my monkeys fly."
His Amphora looks good.
Looking pottery from across the pond that's had so much love go into it, it must be so nervous about it arriving in one piece. Yeah,
Not too much.
we
no,
haven't
thank you.
had to date a piece going to the UK get broken. The country that I've had the worst luck getting pieces to intact has been Germany. Because of the 3 orders we've shipped there, I think 2 of them have been broken.
Hmm.
And I do my best to ship them as well as I can.
She's the shipping department.
Yeah.
It's all her fault. No. That the most of them get there in packed.
Oh my
That's a punchline. And it's just, they have mad skills. Mad packing skills. If it helps. That's yeah.
At this point, I've been packing and pottery to ship for 18 years.
Yeah. Started off, it was only like 1 or 2 a year.
It's going to be 19 years this year. Ouch. It's like 18. Wait, nope, it's 22 now.
Yeah. Yeah, we start. Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
First thing that made me put on pottery was not my circus, not my monkeys. This one's the camera card. This is my circus, my monkeys.
Yeah.
We had a coat that had both of them in pin format now. And which one we had on the outside of the coat depended on whether or not it was invented to help run the merchant area.
Yeah.
Wait, does that make me one of your flying monkeys?
Yes, it does.
Because I'm like, wait a second.
You just outed yourself, so. But you're flying monkey.
It's the only way you can get high enough up on some people to get their attention.
It was your brother that was always called the spider monkey.
Yes. You just called it good. Still do. What was rocking back and forth?
I popped the thing up under Glaze, which is almost empty again.
The shiny black.
Yeah.
That's because when she's what looks kind of blue-gray on the screen right now, that will turn a shiny black in the filing. Without noticing the irony herself, my great aunt once reacted to receiving a hand-painted vase for her birthday with the great exclamation point, smashing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's times where you say things and go, wait,
no! Not literally.
Or it's like sometimes there are those that we run across that aren't as familiar with pottery terminology. And we talk, we're going to go out and throw some pottery. And they're like, against a wall? It's like, no, not! Throw us, get making it on the wheels.
Yeah. Okay, make sure there are no missing ones. Because the graphite is very similar in color to the dry underglaze.
Oh, and I haven't, I didn't do a line check on you. I take it you're doing a pass. Okay, good. I think I ended up with blind people or ones that have mittens instead of hands.
There's the zombie kitties.
Oh yes, the every once in a while one of the Viking kitten pieces. Well,
the eyes don't have pupils.
The eyes don't have pupils, and they look like zombies. Which is amusing in its own way, and some people
buy them for that very
reason.
reason.
Yeah. Next brush.
They're like sit sideways here to look at.
Well, after we're done with that piece, well, for one thing, we'll just go straight out to the glazing area. We'll have all the space on the couch back.
Yeah.
Because it takes up a spot like a person.
Yeah. So where it sits until it gets put up. Which is where the kid is. It's a really fancy workshop. It's called a garage.
Yeah. It was the warmest part of the shop during the storm.
It was. It was almost as warm as the house.
When the kiln was going.
When the kiln was going, yeah.
We actually had to run a heater in the garage to keep the temperature out there above freezing so it didn't damage the pottery that we were just trying to dry.
Because at that point we were trying to get it to defrost. Because yes, the clay out in the shop had frozen. Which we did it intentionally because then it ends up with these really interesting frost fern markings.
Frost ferns and the glacial fissures in the clay. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And better than 90% of it tends to survive.
The porcelain didn't work out as well.
No, we had 4 collapses.
Well, out of 18, that's not bad.
28.
No, I mean of just the porcelain.
Oh, out of just the porcelain, yeah. There were 22 that survived with no deep flaws. There's another 3 that are potentially the glaze will seal up, but it's not as certain.
Yeah. No.
And then there's, I think, 3 or 4 that are tea lights. Well, when you think it's done, it just keeps going. It gets more detailed.
Yeah. You get all of those lines in there.
And this isn't one of the patterns, one of the Greek patterns that has huge amounts of detail.
Yeah. Some of them.
Like the Ajax and Achilles one with their patterned cloaks.
Yeah, the one that isn't finished over there.
Yes.
To work on that one. Because I think this one's just about done.
I think that one's waiting the drawing on.
Oh, okay.
And plus, we need that piece, while smaller, is also heavy.
Yeah.
We do have 2 kylix right there.
Kylix. They don't weigh as much.
Yes. One thing, those are mediums at that.
Yeah.
Making all the bizarre drinking vessel shapes.
Eyeballs. Speaking of eyeballs.
What are missing few? Oh, my balls.
Oh, I know one. It's the one that's trying to get the arrow out of his back.
The one customization that the customer requested on this one was that there be a scene where Odysseus is being recognized by his dog. So it's up on the neck. On the other side, because I'm like, I was looking at the screen going, no, it's the ship on that side.
Yeah.
And all these
steamrolling with my left leg. Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize I tweaked my ankle enough until I tried to get up last night. Then it's like, ow, ow, ow. When did that happen? Ow, ow.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd feel better this morning. You had... Those are so big. Oh, she managed to crawl under there?
She's down there.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, is she in danger of getting squished?
No. Hold on there.
No other reason?
Here it is with the... Okay. Yeah.
We're done?
I'm done.
Okay. Let me sit down the brush. please don't forget that I stuck the brush through my braid.
Don't forget.
No! Remind me later! Okay, no, don't hand it. Okay, I was gonna say wait for me. I was gonna get it up and go around.
Okay.
Rather than try to lift it across the middle of the couch.
Oh, I just saw a spot.
And back! Oh, my arm! My arm! Please don't rip it off!
There's a spot there, but was what caught my attention. Then there's line right there. Don't sit down yet.
Too late.
There's... No, it's done again.
Well, let me finish this U now. Get the wax back out of the brush. Okay.
And there.
There.
Oh.
So, do you want the Dionysius or trireme or the regular trireme?
This one is just black, isn't it?
Yes. No. The sail is white.
The sail is white. Okay. Yeah, it says white right there.
Oh, good. I labeled it.
Which isn't always the case, by the way. So what is this? Because sometimes it's the regular color. Sometimes someone will want something a little bit more. This is the trireme and the dolphin. And this weighs a lot less. You have the outside design still to be painted in. And the fans on the gloves, another reason why I say it'd be a lot easier nearsighted than farsighted. Because you have the multiple depths, which can, if you have bifocals, you can only focus on one. And this is the other black you should be using.
Yes.
It's also.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, now I need to ponder what to order next.
Oh.
Those eyes are going to look awesome. Yeah, you need to switch blacks. Do you want to hand me the shiny black?
Yeah.
I will put it next to my shiny black.
Because, wait, 2 black underglazes. One will turn shiny when it's fired, the other one doesn't. Yeah, really easy to tell apart, isn't it? Notice why one does not have a label anymore.
Because it didn't originally come in this size bottle.
No.
We buy it by the gallon.
Yeah, which is... So that's why all these jars look so old, is because they're buying them bigger.
As many colors as we can get in the larger containers we have.
Not too many things come in the gallon container, though.
Yeah. Black, white, red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. In terms of the underglazes. Mind you, we get the black glaze. The last time we ordered that, we got it in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
I do dip it out into like a pint jar. It's so much easier to handle.
Yeah, because you can tell once it's on here. They dry a different color. So I can tell. I'm using the wrong one, yeah.
Because if you use the shiny black under, because the inside of that will have a clear glaze.
Yeah.
If you use the shiny black under a clear glaze, it becomes more of a watery black.
Yeah. It's not as dense a color. You don't want the black to be too dense because otherwise it'll leach through the other glaze.
And it turns it matte or can crawl and peel.
It's not like
No.
Not that we ever had that happen once.
How many blacks did we go through before we found the right black to use?
About 4.
Yeah.
Just really something.
Because some blacks are too dense and don't behave well, or they run.
Yeah.
Then there's the ones that were too watery, or either brown or blue.
Yeah. The black lace we used for years until they discontinued it was called brown black.
Yeah. Which wasn't really much brown at all.
It was less dense than the
Yes.
other ones in that same brand, which was really something.
We have a replacement for that one we end up when we run out of our stock of that.
The
Because-
company got bought up by another company.
And we discontinued a good portion of the colors. In which case, a number of our suppliers have put those colors on clearance.
So we bought a lot of them up.
Yep.
So we have years worth, I think, which is good.
Yeah. I still think it's bizarre some of the ones that they discontinued.
Yeah.
Like the most useful black,
Mm.
the light and the grays.
Yeah.
Do you want me to bring up the source image for that one?
Yeah, you can bring it up on your.
Yep.
That'd be good. I'm also just getting that one. so-
Remote. Yes, I also need to use the remote.
Yeah.
Nope. Come on. I want this part. I don't want the video. I want to change the input.
We have a old little computer hooked up to our TV, so we can bring up source image for printing.
We've actually got that laptop, which is now by no means new. It was the first 4K screen in the house, and it's like, this is wonderful. There's so much less eye strain. That we invested in a 4K television not for the purposes of higher resolution movies, but to bring up photographs to work from bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Looks like there's a number of years ago.
Yeah, the TV is also fucking new. But it was a case of, it's like, no, really, this is something that we purchased to make work easier.
So it was the Christmas expense.
We really did reduce the eye strain, which
Yes,
means that
it
we
did.
can decorate for longer in a day without having to give up because the eyes are worn out.
My eyeballs are red.
During springtime when we're fighting hay fever as well as
Yeah.
making,
I was reflecting. This was really hard.
oh, do you want me to redirect that light?
Yeah, I get it. It's off the.
Yep. There.
Oh, that's better.
Well, plus it looks like it could probably be used to redirect the camera. Because you're not working on something that's quite so big.
Yeah.
No. This way? That way.
There we go.
There!
That should look better.
It's the things you use, the phone holders for? It's a webcam wedged in a phone holder.
So that equipment's really expensive. You've got to pay $20 more.
I think the phone holder costs more than the webcam.
Yeah. No, actually, no, these ones didn't.
Oh, okay, those ones were the cheap ones.
Yeah.
And once we finish putting some of the other webcams on the flexible arms, we'll have that one free so we can just stay in here for this purpose.
Yeah.
Mind you, not right there all the time because the cat seems to like chewing on it.
Also, I'd probably bunk my head on it standing up.
Yeah. It's kind of like every once in a while you do that to the arm when you're throwing. You hit it with something.
And
I think last time you were out there, you hit it with the bat.
the bum didn't know I wobble, 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 wobble.
That was enough.
Yeah, it was. What's the milk in my milk bag?
Ah. Maybe a package?
It's probably a
Oh,
package.
okay.
The benefits of living in a quiet neighborhood. You hear any sound, and it's gonna, ooh, what's that?
So, was it supposed to be a set of 2 dishpans?
Oh, good.
We have a spare now.
Well, that's funny.
Isn't this too fantastic? Yeah.
1, 2, what's the difference here?
Right. You know, sometimes things come as 2 packs, so I thought I'd ask.
No.
And yes, I have forgotten paintbrushes tucked into my brain before. I catch them
Which
on
was
doorways.
the joke is, oh, yeah. Yeah, by the way, don't forget that's there, right? Because it's...
That's always been one of your jokes, though. Is like when anybody asks you, "Oh, could you remind me to do something later?" And it's like, okay, yes, don't forget to do that thing later. And I'm like, that is not it.
And my fancy paint palettes.
Bottle caps.
Bottle caps. They're perfect. And, you know,
They're a good size for the underglaze.
and when they get too much, you just let them out, and there's always more.
Yep. I'm the only one who uses underglaze in order to quantities. Well, doing the backfill.
Yeah.
Then I use the little things that is
Yeah,
little
peanut butter.
single servings of peanut butter in them. From travel, it's like that looks like a really useful container. You could just wash that out and see if you can use it.
What's this travel thing?
Thing
Forgotten
of
what
the
it was.
past.
Oh, no. It'll get there again,
Right. Maybe.
maybe someday.
At the moment, our we had been scheduled to do an event.
January.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature said no. Flooded the road.
Flooded the major freeway.
Yeah.
Closed the north-south road ahead of us with water. So we turned around. I mean, we were kind of squiffy because with Omicron surging, and yeah, it did turn out there were several.
Yeah. But, you know, Mother Nature said, no, you right there in the car.
You go home. Turn around.
Yeah.
And we did.
And that's when we
Yes.
Well,
See,
a
it
couple
done its
hours
job.
a couple hours after we got back, unloaded the car and everything.
like, okay, the road reopened. It's like, okay, done its job. Got those people to turn around. I'll reopen now. And
Yeah.
people ask, well, why don't you just get back on the road? It's like,
You've already on.
no. Just no.
Mother Nature said, don't go. So,
And the last time Mother Nature did that to us, it saved us from being trapped in Nevada for a week.
yeah. So it's kind of, it's in a different year.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to listen to Mother Nature. Well, but when the roads close, it's not like you have a lot of
People are like, oh, but you could have taken that back road. You mean the one with avalanche warnings?
When it closed very soon after that.
Yeah. Which is the reason why when I brought it up on the nav, it said there was no detours.
Yeah.
That's the reason why, the little light up message signs on the freeway were going, delay travel.
Yeah, not just how long of a delay, just turn around, go home,
Don't try it right now. Just go back.
They usually don't get that on your, when you do the GPS to navigate to somewhere.
No.
They usually give you, an alternative, even if it isn't practical.
They just noped.
Note. We weren't that far from home.
No.
So.
It took us 2 hours to get to a point that was 30 minutes from home. And then we went home. Do put print out the cookie stamps. See if I have all the patterns in question. Well, the flying spaghetti monster is one of the lower turnover ones,
Yeah.
so it's in the other bin.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that both the pellets that we had on order were both medium-sized ones.
Yeah.
And both had ship patterns.
I think the medium one probably the most practical.
Yeah.
The little ones are really cute.
Oh, they're darling. They're good for, tasting things and cordials. Small quantities.
They also make
The 18-inch versions.
18 inches across the face.
So it's like you're drinking out of the pasta bowl. Seeing somebody actually use it, and they had the biggest smile on their face when they lowered it down and they managed to take a sip.
Okay, now we can switch it to the eyeball picture.
And they are dark eyes. It's written on one of them.
Oh, good.
There it is. Actually, no. I will minimize the ship picture because have you switched blacks?
No.
Because you're now on the exterior.
Yeah.
Eyeballs.
Yeah.
Find that some image. There it is. Eyes.
The eyes have it.
Yeah. I think they have over 100 different source comparison and replica compare filters.
Cool.
Which is the reason
still
why.
have a lot more to do.
As always. Ah, here we go. Dark eyes.
Okay.
Since I've got that up for you, should I go out and let's look this cookie snoops?
You have to actually, as soon as I get one of these done, it's fun. Because I have the color markers on it. But
yeah. Because there's... Well, I need to whitewash that picture. I suppose I could get started on that, the platter, because I can start with doing the borders on it.
Yeah.
Because it's the one where there's 10 different pieces. There's each one's a place setting of 10. With a different animal on each, I think. I need to refer back to the things that I can do is I can start with the border and not do the critters.
Yeah, you should do that.
As you said, once you have one of the eyeballs done, what I can do is I can also just pop it half the screen. I can bring up the Florence blue critter patterns on the other side.
Yeah.
I wanted you to pop. Yeah, you. Share the screen. Thank you. Talking to the computer helps. It's one reason why we do not have anything voice activated. Yes. I want to chew it out. I don't want it to respond.
What do you go? Is it brown?
The shiny brown.
And the shiny white. There we go. And now.
Because it's got the face cam on it there.
Oh! I forgot about that part!
So you pulled the face cam out of existence briefly.
Oh, what I wanted was behind the laptop. I'm sure that was interesting looking. You can see my keyboard there.
And all the underglaze on it. There's the Italian folder.
I have a keyboard cover on my keyboard. This.
Yay. Well, you wouldn't immediately notice it that much because it's the side you put the chat over on.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so.
I said open the Italian folder, you see the keyboard.
This white is
really goopy. You're shaking the camera. It is not an earthquake. She is just shaking up the underglaze. First, you fold the face cam down, then you caused an earthquake.
It was a glaze quake.
I don't have an example of it on a platter.
I think that on a platter.
Yeah.
Huh. No. That's something.
Well, that's okay. Well, that's okay. There it is on a square platter.
Yeah.
Hi, Nix. You showing off to the camera again? Tap tap. Is it okay?
Did you want
tap,
underneath?
Tap. Here, hand that to me, and you can grab the cat and show her.
Did you want underneath? No.
Go on. Go on. Go on. No. No. She's gonna just play through. This is weird. Okay, I'll hand you the. It's not Amphora. This is a Kylix. Blah. Black.
Blah.
No, brown, not black. Oh, it's not all the way shut. Oh, because it's good.
Yeah. What?
Oh, yes, I need a... There, yes.
I look up.
Here.
Wait a minute. I had to look at both screens because it's kind of like this. Wait a minute.
I'm missing the thing I was looking at before. There we go.
All right, Sarah. What'd you do with it?
It is. I hid the eyes with deer.
Yeah.
And one thing's for certain, I've never done it on the oval. I might use this larger.
You want under to.
There you go. Slurp. She saw her opportunity. Now just hopefully she doesn't go whack with the feet.
Yeah.
Use that.
This one here. And here. Just do it on this side as well. Just get all 4 of them done at once. And I'm not doing this though.
There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
But these things you move around more.
Yeah.
Okay. The platter may have more than one critic too, because it's going to be a long oval shape.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to be doing anything like, say, giraffe. There was a breakdown of, what sorts of creatures. I have to refer back to the form for that. Probably go back to combo as well. This one does not have a particularly friendly edge.
Well, those ones don't.
I do have some significant pinky callus right now.
You have callus pinkies.
Yes, well, the weird callus that's on the back of the pinky. Tracing it on the edge of the top.
Not coming to the heavy white board.
Yeah. There you are. Oh, it switched pencil. It switched pencil with something. I refilled them both with lead just the other day with graphite. For a while, I kept picking up the wrong pencil because I'd run out of lead in one of them. I was like, pick it up. Oh, it's not advancing. Shake pencil. Oh, that's why. Put that pencil out of reach. This pattern is such a joy with its long, concentric pencil weight.
Yes, it's so much fun, isn't it? It's very zen.
But the thing is it's actually one of your
I
one of the ones
really
you really like painting, despite the fact that it has all these thin lines.
It's just kind of zen to paint, though. Just
This little rat face here.
oh, I know.
Or heraldic critters. They have such expressions.
Oh, I know. They're not dope.
Like the heraldic dolphins, which are these bizarre, evil fish things. Like, not much resemblance at all to actual dolphins.
And they're not nice looking.
No.
Kind of menacing.
Yeah, there's a lot of heraldic beasties are built menacing.
Yeah.
Either menacing or derpy.
Yeah.
Circle. Oval. This is not a circle.
One eyeball.
Oh, crap. When did you start wearing?
I see what this is. The dark color is a will override the lighter color, so
You read that. There.
so the white
Cat-like.
goes in.
Oh, sorry, Bengal occupied the keyboard. Cat-like typing detected. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you have friends with cats, right?
Bangles.
Bengals in particular. Which is the breed of mix there. They're special kitties.
They're very
They're very energetic. They're
and
very
they have
personable.
a lot of personality.
Healthy, long-lived, energetic. Will keep their humans on their toes.
Yes.
Occasionally we'll take a
Get
dig.
on your toes. Oh dear.
Either by running across them at high speed when you're least expecting it, or, just going, hey, I want your attention. Grab, pull. Oh, you're screaming now. What's the problem? Do you need to be
Running up
batted
your
at?
back?
Oh, yeah. She likes winter because humans wear heavier clothing in winter. This means she can play Velcro cat without blood-curdling screams.
And some cats, they just like the keyboard. So.
Yes.
I've gotten kitty
Kitty
communication.
messages.
Oh yeah. Sort of an old Bengal that likes the keyboard.
Keyboards are warm,
And yes, there was one time it was 2 rows of V's.
which is hilarious considering the cat's name is Viper.
Yeah. I thought it was funny.
Ow, ow. Okay. Next concentric band drawn. This is one of those times where you comment about, nearsighted people.
Oh, look at that. It just looks painful. So I say it's
Easier to be nearsighted than farsighted.
yeah, we're always saying the word's designed for right-handed people.
Yes.
Right-handed, maybe right-handed,
Nearsighted.
nearsighted people. Yeah. Yes, you can probably guess very far-sighted and
And you're not handed.
yeah. So handedness doesn't.
Handedness is meaningless.
It'll take me a while to figure out why something doesn't seem right.
Whereas I'll be grousing about something that's stupidly built so only a right-handed person can use it safely. The tools with the safety that you can only operate with the right thumb.
Yeah.
and most powerful for full-size man hands.
Yeah.
The handheld belt sander, but it took both of us to use because we needed 3 hands. Because the safety was so far from the on switch.
It worked really well with the two of us working together.
Also, it was a really powerful sander, so you kind of required 4 hands to keep it under control.
Well, because we have small hands. Yes. That's back when we were teens.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, because those were early teens, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Details.
Okay. Dan's been bored up and food. I can start the long parallel lines, and I can get some feeling back in my fingers.
Yeah.
Just gripping the bottom of the platter.
Yeah.
That's where the secondary
Mm-hmm.
rotate. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I thought I recalled there being 6.
There's the line device. There's one line device.
I'm a small person, and using my old works petrol strimmer really took a toll on me. So I understand the discomfort of using overly powerful tools. Yeah. The and it's the reason why my strimmer is battery powered. Or why I killed several battery powered lawnmowers, because I wore out parts of it because I gave it heavier use than it was intended.
It was for a small lawn. She was mowing half an acre with this little battery mower.
That, and I was using it to take out brambles.
It was
like the children's game Hungry Hungry Hippos, where you lift it up and you eat the marbles, except I was lifting it up and levering it over the top of brambles, and it would eat brambles.
Yeah.
It was impressive. But it was one of the reasons why the little plastic part of that held the hinge together died.
Yeah. Well,
but they had a really good warranty. They sent me out a new tool.
Twice.
Yeah, the first time they sent it out, they included new batteries.
The thing is it only had a 2-year warranty. You
I killed it twice
in under 2 years. And they gladly sent you out another one.
I killed the strimmer too. And at that time, I released the mysterious blue smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, when I killed the mower, it was something like the handle fell off and could not be reattached.
The handle just fell off.
Yeah, it totally just fell off. The hinge part that attached it to the machine snapped.
Yeah.
If you can't control the machine, it's
essential new mower.
Yeah.
Black and Decker, they stand behind their warranty.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yep.
Well, try what they're going to do, say no.
But I killed the strimmer twice too.
Yeah.
Because in both instances, the first time they replaced the tool, they included new battery packs, which is 3/4 of the price of the device.
Yeah.
And it's also the reason why I have
so many batteries.
I got 10 battery packs for those 2 tools.
Yeah.
None of them are terribly new, and none of them last that long. There's one of them that's marked.
You have the right size yard for it.
Yeah. There is one battery that is marked strimmer because it no longer has the juice to get the motor on the mower going.
Yeah.
And I think I recently had to mark one of the batteries RIP.
Came across that when I was looking for something else at that
Oh, you found the ripped battery?
Yeah, and I go, why did she keep it? What's my thought? I was in the middle of looking for something.
Because you have to dispose of those properly. Because those are lithium-ion batteries, and they're big.
They're big.
They could, if you don't treat them right, they can like explode.
Yeah, I know. But they do try to develop them so they won't.
Yes.
But I haven't seen a lot of the test work yet.
Or seeing some of the footage of what happened to that one model of Apple phone, where they tried to cut the weight by cutting the thickness of the support frame, so that they bent in pockets, and you don't want to bend lithium batteries.
Mm. It comes under the puncture type test, and that goes boom. And it releases its mysterious blue smoke.
Violently.
Yeah. I was in that company had to really call the police department. I mean, fire department. One time where he'd gotten into the wall.
Into the wall, and they had to rip open sections of wall because it was just smoldering inside the wall.
Yeah.
And some of the times when they tested batteries, they'd explode so hard they'd shoot the building. And those weren't particularly large batteries, were they?
No, they weren't. Those were batteries to run cell phones.
Those were cell phone batteries, and it shook the building? I mean, yeah, those were like 20.
That was like 29 years ago. About 20 years ago.
25 years, yeah.
Batteries were bigger.
And we had how does throw a fail-safe on.
Yeah.
Because each one of those fails likely has somebody's name. It's like why it says do not put in a microwave. I'm like, why would you put in your phone in the microwave?
Do not throw into a fire. Do not incinerate.
Do not incinerate. Not the the video where somebody was rubbing a knife across the back of their cell phone battery and then looked surprised when it exploded in their face.
I know, it's kind of like...
And you videoed yourself doing this?
Oh, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. On this side.
So,
there. And now I just need to do the eyebrows on this side.
The contents of my partner's friend's shed is full of airsoft stuff. We're completely incinerated from an explosive battery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't take much.
Yeah. I had a whole new respect for batteries after.
And considering I was very early teens at the time when I worked there, yeah, that had, quite the effect. And it's like, okay, batteries can kill you. Is it an innocuous little block that you put in your cell phone?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why the lithium batteries, they have an ideal operating temperature that you're not supposed to run them outside of, or they won't charge properly outside.
Under 40 degrees and over 90 degrees.
I know that the top temperature is
so camping higher. Sometimes can be an issue. You really don't want them to be body temperature or higher.
No.
There's times so the fire didn't spread, just stayed inside. Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, that's lucky. If it had been a wooden shed, that would have been.
It would.
Yeah.
Just
our outbuildings wouldn't. For a while, there's electrical out there, so I was charging some of the batteries out there, or attempting to.
They didn't charge out there.
They didn't charge well, so I made a charging station in the garage where
we're sitting right next to the sink.
Yeah, so that's where the outlet is over there.
Yeah. but it's
There we go. And that step on the water is done.
well, it was meant to be a garage.
Yes.
Why would anybody put a car in a garage? What a
Such a waste of usable space.
Oh.
Yes, our garage is half of the workshop.
Enclosed back porch is the other half.
Okay, so do you want the other one now? Or do your hands need a break? Okay, so that one, yeah, that one, the pattern on the outside is the same pattern that's on the inside of that one. The two of them actually had overlapping details.
Okay.
And I will bring the triremes back up. Okay, you need to be half the screen though, buddy. So referencing the other image. Small. Really? You're going to be 1/4 of the screen? You big. No, not quarter.
Because
There.
talking to it helps.
Yes. Complain at the machine.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Got it all zoomed into the ship stick.
Okay.
Luckily, I'd already brought the batteries in before we had the heat going on this.
Yeah, that can actually be dangerous, though.
Because we had this really vile, freaky weather where it got, like 120 here? And would only drop down to like 90 overnight and stayed that way for a week.
It was getting down into the 80s at night, but for here, that was awful.
I know. 80s are not normally, daytime summer temperature.
Yeah.
That was 120 crap.
No, it was awful.
We became extra hardy that week and stayed indoors. With the windows, with the curtains closed. And never been so thankful that this house turned out to have AC when we moved in.
Yeah, it's great.
We totally lucked out.
They said it just had.
They said it had a heat pump.
But no, that kind of
We read
temperature differential. And also looked at the directions on the.
Yeah, we looked at the directions for the air system. It's like, this is coolant. Read the description of heat pumps. Heat pumps don't seem to have coolant. I think we have something that's more than just a heat pump.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes.
So it doesn't get too hot.
So grateful. I've never lived in a place with AC before.
No, it's good. That's nice. Yes.
Keep it from burning all the electricity, and we had it set for like, was it 80?
Yeah.
Only 40 degrees cooler than the exterior temperature.
Yeah. Won't get too hot. We turn it down to 70.
Ooh, big, splurge.
Oh no, it was.
We'd only cook first thing in the morning.
Get up and it's cooler outside. Quick, get some fresh air in my house.
Yeah, because there was a few nights that I think when we got up, it had dipped down to 75. So we'd set the fans to bring up. It's only about 41.5 outside here right now. Oh, it's 45 here.
It's 45. It's been really cold here.
It was 38 this morning.
This weekend it didn't even reach 40.
Yeah.
It was awful. But it's one of those things. Yeah. The clay doesn't dry so well.
No. Speaking of which, when we pop those things off the bats in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be leaving things up there to dry right now.
Oh,
It's 81% humidity in the garage.
you?
It has been colder. Yeah,
Yeah.
not for Christmas morning, but by Christmas evening we had snow, and it stuck around for a week. So,
It didn't even reach freezing for a week. But that's what took we'll get that about 1 week a year, it seems.
yeah.
And so, as you go out to the studio there, it'll be like 32 or lower. And the only heat out there will be the hot water, so I don't get frostbite. And do throwing. And you leave things out where they will freeze. And you get the frost ferns that grow on the pieces.
If you have extreme enough light, I could hand you, let's see. I think that one has some rather pronounced ones.
Let's see if I can get it to
Focus. Also, we may not have extreme enough lighting.
yeah.
But yeah.
I have to do the wash over it to bring up the petals. But it grows, and then you get the ice on there, and then when it defrosts, it leaves patterns in the clay. So it's
We've
kind
done
of cool.
it twice with our smooth white stoneware, which is the same clay that we use for the platters, like the one that I'm working on, and it worked pretty well. So this last time, since we were having such an extended freeze, because normally we only have enough cold for one batch.
Yeah, I could have done a third batch, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I asked you, and it's like, do you want to do another one? And you're like, no, it's cold.
Because they're really cold, though.
That, and you do have the fibro issue where you hurt all over when your hands and feet get cold.
Yeah, so it's not generally.
And you'd worn out your cold tolerance.
Yeah, but that's pretty extreme because I'm sitting essentially in a freezer. Yeah, with using
warm water for your hands.
But the clay is refrigerator temperature.
I didn't realize that our dehumidifier only works above 59. My attempts at drying out the greenhouse were a bit in vain. Yeah. Our dehumidifier says do not run it below 40 degrees.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Of course,
because
we got a really
we got kind of a beefy one, yeah. It's because if you run it below that temperature, the exchange bit can freeze and destroy it.
And it's got it, so it'll shut itself off. But we try not to even have it running.
Which reminds me, I gotta go out there and check it today. Because I bet you it's filled up again.
Yeah.
During the winter, we don't have to bring any water out to the studio. We just get it out of the dehumidifier.
One thing I'd really like in my shop would be the great luxury for out there.
Wood stove.
Oh, well, there's two. The other would be running water.
Well, there's this spigot on the back porch.
Yeah, but
the fact that there's no running water to wash hands.
Yeah.
My partner has fibro. It sucks.
Yeah. That's good.
And
to let it,
It seems to have a genetic component.
Yeah, it does.
It says you have some cousins that have it.
Yeah.
It could be triggered by physical trauma because you had yours after.
It's trauma-induced.
Yeah.
Which can be any kind of physical trauma. Physical or mental trauma is what they're thinking now. It flips the switch. So it's kind of like,
diagnosed with that.
You're still in elementary school.
I was 10. So it's getting close to 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And you'll learn through trial and error that staying away from nightshade plants helped.
Yeah.
Keeping your hands and feet warm helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah, because you also, I think it was triggered by a bacterial infection. Yeah, that'd do it. That's a huge, physical shock.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why we don't eat out much, even in the best of times, is because trying to avoid,
Yeah.
peppers.
Shapes like tomatoes, potatoes, peppers.
Bell peppers, eggplant, and goji berries.
Yeah. So it's kind of like,
But
very
the sneaky bits were in it's things like food starch, cooking potato, spices, natural colors. Wait, are you sensitive to tomatoes? Yeah,
Yes.
she can't do them.
I can't do them at all.
We are a tomato-free house. We are a potato-free house.
Yeah. So.
There's some things that you can get away with changing them out. There's other things that just don't work the same without potatoes. I know, we still have to try that. I can't do tomatoes either.
Yeah. So it's the not do tomatoes group. Got
it. It's kind of like how we ended up with our bizarre pasta sauce, which, I guess, you have... It's awkward to do pizza without red sauce because the white sauce gets tiresome.
Yeah.
So for a while we were doing pesto, but then we couldn't find basil. So we're like, well, what else is green in the fridge? So we used broccoli. That would explain a lot. She's been struggling with tomatoes recently, but didn't seem to know that it could be a fiber thing. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. It'll take if you go cold turkey and eliminate all nightshades, it'll take a couple of months to get it all out of the system.
What you do is you take a lot of things that'll help flush the system.
Yeah, because
vitamins. You get
because when you
the fish oils, which that'll help flush your system.
Yeah, because every once in a while when you get something contaminated with the nightshade, you do
coffee with
caffeine.
Caffeine.
You spike the metabolism to get it to process through faster.
It's not pleasant.
No.
But it gets it out of the system faster.
As you describe it, you hurt just as much, but in a condensed period of time.
So it spikes and then it goes down faster because trying to get it out of the system.
Get it to flush.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Because it's not something doctors...
No, only in the last few years have we even heard about the quote-unquote anti-inflammatory diet, which is pretty much how you develop to eat.
Yeah.
Because you learned that trial and error. You first heard it from, what was it, a massage therapist?
Yeah.
Try avoiding these foods and see if it helps.
Yeah. So it did, and it helped.
That's
why tea and coffee helps so much.
Yes. Yeah. Caffeine will spike the metabolism and help.
Well, there's a lot of medications that one of the ingredients is caffeine.
And taurine-free energy drinks. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the energy drinks, what it is it's boosting your metabolism. Boosting your metabolism.
Also, that warms up your hands and feet.
It does.
Because one of the physical traits that they found in fibro sufferers is the excess nerve tissue in the backs of the hands and the tops of the feet.
Yeah. So it's just...
Which tends to make you more cold sensitive.
Probably, yeah. And it's kind of, just... wear longer sleeves. Yeah,
the sleeves that come down over the back of the hand.
I do have a lot of fingerless gloves, too.
Speaking of which, how are your hands?
Warm.
Okay, your hands are way warmer than mine are right now.
Yeah. My feet aren't warm, but,
Despite the cat?
Well, the cat's only against one of them.
Oh, I see.
My excuse is, I have low volume feet. There's
not much mass.
Yes. I was being given a bad time about having cold feet. So it's kind of like, I came up with a funny...
When I have to go out in the garage and, got to do that push to get the kiln loaded.
Yeah.
And, I finish around 1 a.m. and it's like a balmy 40 degrees out, and I'll actually wear those heat patches.
Oh, yeah.
The oxygen heated heat patches that are meant for things like hunters. Stick a pair of those in my socks and then be good to go. If it's really cold out there, I'll also stick a pair on my lower back.
And she's already quite a limited diet
due to other things. Alternative veggies. Yeah. Tomatoes are a harder one to replace.
But yeah.
Potatoes? We've discovered parsnips, rutabagas, and turnips.
Yes.
Being history geeks, we also making pottery. We hang out with people who recreate a lot of pre-1600s recipes.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't.
They're really tasty, and they don't use those New World veggies, which are causing the issue.
But also, yeah, just it's trial and error. But getting rid of the triggers is really hard because it's not the same for everybody. Like there's some electric socks.
Ooh, warm.
Yeah. But yeah, keeping the feet warm and hands warm. It's right up around the wrists.
Yeah, because if you keep the wrist joint warm, it tends to keep the fingers warmer.
Yeah. Just sleeves that come down over the backs of your hands a little bit.
We had a friend who has just suffered constant bad fibro, and she had other health issues as well. And she was having a bad flare-up out camping. And she was curling up into a ball of misery, and there weren't enough painkillers in the world. And you gave her one of your spare sets of the fingerless gloves.
Let me know how you feel in the morning. Ask her in the morning. And it was begrudging. Yes. And I could keep them.
Stupid little hacks.
Yeah. Because you just get, they're called crafter gloves or arthritis gloves. They're just little gloves. They're little half gloves.
Little cotton half gloves.
Yeah. I have like
a few dozen pair.
Yeah.
In various levels of degrading because you wear them while working in the pottery, which grinds through the cloth.
Yeah, so they kind of.
The reason why there's a couple of pair of my pants where I've started to develop these weird holes on the tops of the thighs and the knees. It's from bracing pottery on.
Yeah. I also found that, oddly enough, things that will draw the toxins out of the skin.
Yeah, because you really suffered when we moved and you didn't do any throwing for
she is
like 2 months.
In her cave. Yes, she is.
Yes.
She's under the blanket here.
Is winter. Is cold. Humans have blankets.
Yes.
And you also use the blanket as insulation to keep you from freezing, holding on to platters and Amphora.
Yeah. This piece isn't so heavy and cold, but
no.
Yeah.
A little grapefruit for things and holding it up. The letters have so much flavor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. It's there. This brush. And this one's almost done.
Yay. That's the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you still have the inside on that one today.
Yeah, but I mean,
I like the pattern that's on the inside of that one.
Oh,
it's the red Dionysus pattern.
Yeah.
One of the few patterns that actually has the polychrome.
Yeah.
Or the polychrome actually survives. Is swap your clothes with someone who wears through different parts of their clothes who did this accidentally.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, the two of us tend to wear similar sizes, and occasionally things get in the wrong pile, but we tend to blow things out in some places.
Oh. It's kind of in there.
It's,
claw into the arch of my foot.
Oh, yikes.
She put out and it pulls herself.
Yeah, I will latch into your flesh and pull myself into a more comfortable position.
Yeah.
Occupational hazard when it comes to the wear patterns we inflict on clothing.
It's like I had to replace them with my wood chips because they were literally falling apart.
Because the clay gets into the fibers and it just grinds them away.
Mm-hmm. But right now it's cold and I'm wearing rubber sleeves.
And layers.
And layers.
I mean,
like this, which is an army surplus shirt. I don't remember which country it was from.
And the darker green shirt underneath it is actually from the men's section. Wait until it's on clearance and you get the comfy, oversized shirts.
Yeah, the men's clothes are
and they generally last longer.
Yeah. And it's just for,
they make workshop out of the heavy back.
It's just, for working with the clay, so it's kind of, you don't really need to be that fashionable.
No.
Some of them
how fashionable can anything be covered in clay? I mean, really.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want, nice sleeves and things that, you're going to care about getting stained with black clay.
Yeah, you want to bring up.
You want the red Dionysus, yes.
Yes, I do.
I get
oddly enough.
Close the other two. The machine across the room has a wireless keyboard. There it is.
The machine's the size of a CD player.
Yeah, one of those USB CD drive, DVD drives, which actually has one hooked up to it.
Yeah.
The machine is just this much thicker than the drive.
It's very cute. It's lasted for quite a while.
Yeah.
It must be about 3-4 years old at this point. Well, it's only used to,
It's used to bring up photographs and watch videos.
Yeah, that's it.
Because what we'll do is we'll have a video on part of the screen so we can more or less just listen to it. And sometimes we listen to streamers.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Good. And actually what I can do is I can pop it full screen because at this point I don't need the reference for the board. Which part of the image do you want it zoomed into? This part?
Yeah.
Okay. We've never done that pattern on a cup.
Well, that would be interesting to do.
Yeah, on a vertical cup rather than a Kylix.
Yeah.
Because, a Kylix is a drinking vessel.
Kylix is a Kylix.
Yes. Come on, zoom out slightly. Zoom out slightly. It's a little further than I wanted this spot. There we go.
Yeah.
That's for a lot of our replica pieces. We build comparison files, particularly when we have to adapt a design to fit a shape unlike what it came off of. Like when it's a design that was originally on a plate, a flat round object, and it's adapted to go on a cup or
this one originally was on a cup.
Yes.
Much bigger paddles.
Yeah. Judging from the handles, that was probably like a 12-inch one.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
I don't know.
Swirls in that part next to her. Try the other half leaves.
Let's look at this.
What?
Order to put things in.
Yeah.
And it's good. Oh yeah.
Oh, did you switch blacks? At least it cost you this quickly.
Where's the white and the brown? Yeah.
Yeah, because you won't be wanting those either.
No, that's right. It's going to be on the inside. It's going to be red and black and a little bit of white.
And we'll be using flat colors.
Yeah. white. Here's the black.
So my job is to find as higher resin image of the source items as possible.
Yeah.
Just like the Ajax and Achilles, where the first one was.
Sorry about that.
When putting a design in something like this with handles, is there evidence that they preferred it a certain way up? When it comes to the Greeks and the orientation of the design versus the handles, there seems to be absolutely zero care. Because you'll find ones oriented towards the handles. Because this one, it's actually oriented. Okay, rotate. Here, show the inside, and show it. Yeah, that is actually the original orientation of handle to interior design. Mimicked the original
of
mat. So yeah, the design is. I suppose if you hold it, you could be drinking, and the ship would,
like this.
The ship would be going towards your mouth. Maybe that's the reasoning behind the orientation of that one.
Yeah, that could be.
Because there's some that have like a single standing person, and it could be any orientation given the handles.
Yeah.
Because I try to think about those things. Wow, that's so interesting. Thank you. Maybe it was planned. Possibly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, never know that part though. You know?
Because pottery was not considered a fine art, a serious skill.
It was a skill.
It was a skill. It was one of those background things like bakers.
Yeah.
Not much was
Bakers
written
aren't
on
considered artists. Or even artisans. It's more of a term to be used in artisan style bread now.
Yes.
But it wasn't.
Your fancy loaves.
Yeah. Ooh, I think my brush is dying. Just shed bristles into what I was painting.
Oh. Dead brush?
Yeah, I was able to get them off.
Yeah, that is a pretty hairy looking brush.
Yeah. That's what happens to the brushes.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big brush, so it gets a lot of wear.
Yeah, you don't replace those ones that often because they have more bristles.
Yeah.
They get used for less precision tests.
For shading.
You scrub the bristles away.
Yeah. And that's why they're worn away way up here. Because it used to be a bunch of
shading, so that would be working on Italian pieces.
Well, if you think about it, the bristles were probably just as long.
Yeah. Oh goodness, that other large brush looks like it needs a shave.
Yeah.
You just lift the brush.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that
Yeah, but that's
underglazes are non-toxic, or at least the ones that we use are.
Yeah. So that
we don't get any supplies that are not.
No, because it gets on us.
Yeah.
I don't want to poison me. I don't want to poison anybody else.
We have been known to accidentally dip our brushes in our drinks rather than in the wash water.
Which is sad.
It's sad.
I condition mine, but I don't think that would help.
with hair conditioner. Oh, I can see that for the natural hair brushes.
Yeah.
That keep them from frizzing as much.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if some of our Scribble buddies know about that trick.
I'll have to ask.
Yeah, because you have the ones that have like the $30 brushes.
Oh, I know.
Versus it's like, what do you mean that brush is $5?
For Scribble, just use the same brushes I do for underglaze, except I get out new ones.
Yeah, you get out fresh ones, which are, well, for one thing, they don't have to be grit in the brush.
Well, yeah. Because I don't want that to happen. Because I have ones that are as small as 18-aught.
Yeah. And that's what you do the pencil lines with, is the 18-aught liner brush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'd work the same way on a nylon brush, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to
might
try
moisturize it. Because, yeah, if you could extend the life of some of the ultrafines.
Yeah. 'Cause they're not cheap.
No.
They're just cheaper than if I bought the nice natural hair.
Or if you bought them directly from the craft store rather than
Yeah.
going straight to Lau Cornell, and
Yeah.
which is the parent company that owns a lot of brush brands.
Yeah.
It wasn't that they got bought up by Windsor Newton, I don't remember.
Well, one got bought up by another paintbrush company.
And
So.
then they put a whole bunch of them on clearance, and yeah, this seems to be a common trend.
Yeah. So what you do is you buy a lot of them.
Yes.
Which is what I did.
Especially when there's the clearance cheap brushes, which are normally $1 a piece, and you can get them for a nickel a piece.
Yeah.
Or a nickel a bundle. And the bundle is like 3 or 5 brushes.
Yeah. I've gone through a lot of those. It's
Yeah.
different.
We also use those for like painting trim in the house.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're a nickel.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you end up throwing them out.
Conditioner works on
fake fur, so maybe it'd work on nylon brushes because it's same sort of material.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that.
I mean, what you could do is you could use it on one of your large brushes where there's a lot of damage,
Mhm.
and like that one.
The ones that I actually use for years.
Yes.
Because it has a lot of bristles until I wear them all away. Which is really awful. But they do. Because clay is gritty. Underglaze is gritty.
It sands them off.
Yeah.
Photo patterns on large pieces of TV.
Yeah.
I know, you paint them.
Yeah.
Almost all the way around for the second time.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I have to try the whole.
Yeah. We're going to need to lengthen the lifespan for cheaper of the nicer brushes.
Yeah, with little detail brushes.
And like, I get them when you reduce the length of them by at least half. Mind you, this one's down to I think a third, and it's puffy. I think you may have actually trimmed that one with scissors.
Yeah. Because
over the other way. Rotate. Yeah. The red one with underglaze in it. Original length, actually, worn slightly. The other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one, this is actually one of the ones that I may put in the wax section because it was, I can't even use that one. Actually, I can do that right now because my wax brushes right there. There. I think that's the first that handles, nope. You'll have to use the other ones of that kind.
I've been using still brush for like a decade or better now, so.
Here's one to test the conditioner on.
Oh, yeah.
I'll set him aside. Because he's beat up. If it smooths that down to even halfway.
Yeah. And I have some of the long liner brushes too, so. And those frizz out really.
Yeah, that I think was one of the long liner ones, but yeah.
No,
the really long ones?
Yeah, the really long liner brushes.
Oh, the really long ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I showed that one. Side on.
Yeah.
Really long bristles.
Yeah. There we go. Opposed to. But yeah, those ones get really fuzzy. You have to be really careful with those ones. It's kind of like. Yeah. But those are good for doing the really long.
They're good for bands.
Good band.
Because they carry more material.
But also, just there's more touching the surface of the clay. Switch to the brush.
It hadn't occurred to me that our horn brushes might be valuable to model painters.
Oh,
we have several model painters that friends of ours who live just down in California.
Yeah.
The trick is, though, you wouldn't be able to mail them to them with just stamps by weight because it would be a rigid object. And you're not allowed to just do rigid objects for stamp value.
Bummer.
It's a weird mail trivia, you know, and
Well, you are the shipping department. You
Yeah.
should know those things, sir.
at that point it's going first class mail, and it has it's not something that can put through a sorting machine. In which case, there's an
They get
extra
all-
charge.
They get all guessing about it. But there's also shipping things in medium, which is slower, but a lot
It
cheaper.
doesn't matter if it takes 3 weeks to get there.
I know.
Media mail doesn't get handled nicely, but so long as it's not something that would be, broken easily, it's fine.
And paintbrushes, isn't it?
Yeah. Because, you can see that for terrain painting.
Yeah.
Because scrubby shapes would actually be good.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since you did model painting.
Oh, yeah. Decades ago.
No, that was just a passion.
Ended up giving all my little models, all my little figurines to Christopher.
Yep. They're on his desk now. Well, they're lead miniatures.
Yeah.
Your phone is noisy too.
Yeah, there are some days.
Email noise, eh?
What's your issue, phone?
This is one of those patterns that takes you less time to paint than it takes me to draw.
Mm-hmm.
There are patterns that are the other way around that take her a lot longer to paint than for me to draw.
When your phone is trying to suggest you install new apps, is what that is.
Heck no!
No.
Just spent over an hour clearing space on it yesterday.
I know.
Hey, don't you want this radio app? No. I don't
Airbnb app, and it's kind of...
Airbnb?
Yeah, you.
No, you're not traveling right now. I mean, our next possible travel,
Still, like, almost 2 months out.
away. Yeah.
No. Still, no. Still not a lot of,
Back in the before times, we'd be traveling a couple times a month to sell the pottery.
yeah, never do it. I know.
Yep.
And we get to talk to people through live chat.
Rather than in a booth.
Yeah. We talk to people from all over.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. We're talking about recreating historic recipes. I'm trying to grow lots of native plants
And
and
fish.
fish in my garden. Cool.
In which case, you'd have the supplies for doing so.
Yeah.
You get into the medieval cooking stuff.
Yeah.
Or it's like one of the YouTube channels that we got into watching, it started pretty much right at the beginning of lockdown, which was Tasting History with Max Miller. We've made some of the recipes out of it. They're
And it's pretty
tasty.
good.
There was a number of the ingredients that he, who's out of San Diego, California, can't get a hold of because they're not grown here in the States. That, if you live in the UK, it's readily available.
Yeah, because he does rant about the puppets.
Yeah, like apparently parsley root is called for in the beef with garlic
He's
harvester.
great. Yes.
He is much fun. And the thing is some of the cooks that he references, like the beef with garlic harvester sauce, Glenn that he mentions. We actually know Glenn. I was surprised that you don't have. Okay, message. I think an enter was hit.
Oh, okay. But you don't have, yeah. I'm growing root parsley.
Root parsley this year.
Cool.
Don't have, we grow parsley. It went kind of
Feral on
It
us.
went feral on us. We planted one plant. We now have a patch that's like a.
Pulled one out and it had big old
had
juicy root on it.
It doesn't have the kind of root that was pictured in those documents, but it had root that we ended up using.
Yeah, it was pretty tasty.
It had kind of a woody pith that you had to.
Yeah, probably be better if you ground it up.
Yeah.
Let it dry it and grind it.
Yeah.
That way it'd have better flavor. Well, it'd have better texture because...
Well, I ended up pulling out 2 bunches from the pack. The ones that were growing in the upper part of the bed, it doesn't get much water. The roots off of that one had no woody centers.
Interesting.
It could also have been a maturity issue because I think the lower plants had actually blossomed. So the trick might be to pull up the ones that haven't bolted.
Gee, you think that we might have enough?
Yeah. We need to thin them again.
Oh, I know.
Being under 6 inches of snow did not kill the parsley. It didn't even dent it.
A foot of snow that we got this time.
True.
Yeah.
Wait,
in places. And it was kind of like...
Oh, yeah, the drifts of snow.
Yeah. We're not originally from a snow area, so snow was kind of novelty.
Yes, it's like
parsley is specifically domesticated for
root production. Yeah,
it's kind of like parsnip.
Yeah, we had we cook with parsnips on a fairly regular basis now, and partly because they occur in so many of those early recipes.
Yeah. And they kind of have that potato texture.
Yeah. There was it's also the rutabaga. If you get it just right. Yeah. Parsnips are sweeter.
Yeah.
This edge is going to decide what sort of critter is going to go in, or whether it's going to have any critter. It's a lot of surface area.
There's a lot of fuzzy noise. Did the mic wire get knocked?
Actually, yeah, the heater is on. The heater's kicked on.
I'm about 5 feet away from the heater.
Because the heater came on just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's getting cold outside.
Yeah, it's starting to drop again.
Yeah.
At least we're not having the blustery wind this time. Because we don't have, for this setup, we don't have a separate mic. This is just the webcam.
Yeah.
Which is about 12 inches from her head.
Yep. Ah! Do you have to use the arch of my foot as a pushing off point? That the heater just went off. So hopefully the sound is better again. Oh, okay. It's one of the rare ones that has multiple colors. It's the red background on this one, which is really interesting.
Nice. I left the room because you get up, didn't you?
Yes, and of course,
there was claws involved, wasn't there?
Into the arch of my foot. Sharp claws. Yes, sharp claws. Into the arch of my foot.
Oh, the tender part.
Yes.
Naughty Nix.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now the heater's clicked back off.
Yeah. That's cool. left the room, sir. What you doing?
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Just into the other room, please. Oh, no, you don't get to do that. Empty pencil lead container.
Yeah.
Yes, I took it away and didn't know. Didn't
That is a little kid, I swear. Huh?
Yes. Children.
And I think there's only one of her.
Yeah. Actually, now that the Amphora is done, I can put. What? Oh, there's a second one. There. Now the other one's in my pocket as well.
You can.
I can move the remainder of the Amphora swear back over to the cabinet where it should be.
Because there's not as much Amphora in the way.
Yeah, there was Amphora in the way for a while.
Yeah.
Because there's times where it's like, my arm is sore. There's no way I'm
I
working
like
on
the
that day.
dolphins. For an old design, they're actually relatively accurate to what real dolphins look like.
Yeah,
Artists must have seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are dolphins in the Mediterranean, and they were a seaborne culture, so yeah.
But yeah, for
Greek
how
dolphins look like dolphins.
but how stylized a lot of things were.
Unlike the Italian dolphins,
Yeah, well,
which are half sea serpent.
no, they're bizarre.
Yeah.
The heraldic ones. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
The thing is there's period recipes that call for things like porpoise for like the table of the king. So they had to have seen these animals.
Yeah.
It's not like elephants where, they got really fascinating and they gave them dog paws.
I think English dolphins look terrible too. Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, with that most recent order that came in, it's a case of 10 ounce cup. I have one of those. Oh, the order's for 2.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, this one's.
With this design, I pretty much have to do the background first after I get a few of the other lines in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Phoenix rolling around and being cute. Not going to interfere with what I'm doing.
Nix would never get into anything, sir. What are you talking about?
No more than reason.
Yeah.
She's just rolling around and being all cute. Right now.
Well, right now, yes.
Yes, and showing off that you potentially need those claws trimmed, too.
Top part looks difficult. Yeah. It's. I've done this one a number of times, so it's kind of like. Yeah, but the first time I did it, it's all the parts in it and stuff. Because you have what these are right here. Those are great. It's grapevine. You have the leaves and all the little grapes. You have to paint all around that before you paint it. Paint the other parts in. And it just kind of gets...
His Dionysus gets abducted by pirates and turns the pirates into dolphins. Well, remembering that myth correctly.
I know people that can
Yes.
expound on it greatly.
Yes. We have friends who are very much into the Greek myths.
Which is how
we've learned them.
How we got into doing the Greek pottery. Because
Yes.
would you be willing to make...
When people ask, well, how did you ever think of starting to make this, that? 9 times out of 10, the answer is somebody asked us to.
Yeah.
It's like we've done Hipkins and the Mycenaean meat grilling rack.
And this... Where's a LARP as a pirate whose surname is Dolphin? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Nix, don't chew on the Velcro. Yeah. Now we have more space over here again.
People ask, what's your favorite time period to recreate? And it's
Um,
for dress, right? And as my
Yeah,
response
and-
for years is, what's the weather like?
Yeah, if we do historic recreation with broad time span,
Yeah,
this
pre-1600.
pre-1600, in which case you get anything from, 1650 now, right? We've switched to that again.
There's it depends on
It's
who you ask.
gray area. You get, like, everything from the occasional Cavalier and High Renaissance to Scythians.
I'd love to have a pair of.
The sprang leggings and the Scythian wear.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. We also have, like,
But yeah, for the hot
Elizabethan
weather,
era court dresses.
German.
Well, there's the Elizabethans up in the attic.
Yeah, there's German. There's the Italian.
Working class Italian. For hot temperatures, we will wear
Roman?
the Greek Roman chitons,
Yes.
because it's
Cold
it's
weather. There's like
Norse Viking type wear.
lots of wool.
Layers.
Don't want to wear that when it's like
And they
90.
have coats.
The coats.
So you have the heat sealing, and you're not going to lose heat like if you're wearing a coat.
Yeah. Gotten the outfit all ready for 12 minutes. I was going to wear. Well, I inherited it. But its original owner was 3 inches taller.
So you had to hem up 3 inches.
And something that full. Then there was the blue dress that I wore for.
Which had 20 feet of bottom hem.
Yes, I had to shorten it.
You shortened it by 3 inches. And then you had to hem it up a little further because that was one of those, floor sweeping.
Yeah, because that one was not nice. That was comfortable too.
Yes.
I had to take that one in a couple inches. Which was a little bigger than it was. Same basic shape.
Yeah. My tea mug is now empty.
But
How's your tea mug?
It still has some in it.
Hello,
Now,
phone.
you silly phone. Oh.
I'm not sure which channel that is that got a notification for.
Oh, no.
Here's one of those things. Lean in. It's blurry.
It's blurry.
I mean, it is Tuesday. It might be Elton Brown. Not that we tend to watch it live because live transmissions will have occasionally issues on our end, or it'll just pause and hang.
Yes.
Then you have to hit refresh. Or like what we do is we either wait until it's over or we back it up a few minutes.
And what we do is wait till dinner, watch it.
Yes.
Do you see a theme there with the kind of channels that we watch?
Lots of food.
Lots of food.
And Time Team.
Time Team.
We on our channel there is on YouTube. There's a playlist of Time Team episodes, specifically ones that deal heavily with pottery. Yeah.
There's the one with the Wedgwood.
Oh yes, the first workshop for Wedgwood pottery.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, where they hit a couple of waster dumps.
Yeah.
Where they're like, okay, so what do we do when we run across literally a ton of broken pottery?
Yeah.
Well, I just, save some of the best bit. As a child, I loved watching Time Team. They're doing new episodes.
Yes, they are. They're on YouTube.
They're on YouTube now. They're doing it's one of the things that we've actually done is they're funding via Patreon right now, and we have one of the bottom tier subscriptions, but we did do that. Oh yeah. And you do the Patreon, and you get to see all the behind-the-scenes content, because they filmed 2 new episodes last year.
2 new digs. But each dig is going to be 3 to 4 episodes now. So
they're going, we don't have to cut it to a TV length. We can make them longer.
We can make more.
We can make more of them. Now they're starting to go, we don't necessarily have to be on these sites for only 3 days. Because most of the cost is in the setup and teardown. If we get volunteers, we could maybe stretch it out for another day or two.
Yeah.
They're like, but we want to do more.
Which is cool.
I think it's cool that they got so many of the original archaeologists.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, people like, Bill he's got a desk job now. He's old.
He's a creepy old man.
He's a creepy old man. And yet Tony's doing other series, but they're, at least the,
Geofizz.
Geofizz is back, and so is Landscape.
Yeah.
So you have, Stuart and John still going. They brought Corenza back. They have, Helen.
And they have, what's his name? Who was Phil's buddy.
Oh yeah, Matt.
Matt
is basically the new Phil.
Yeah, which is cool.
Well, they had the two of them interacting so often.
Yeah.
But it's also lovely hearing a lot of the behind-the-scenes stories about the fact that Matt was so starstruck when it's like, well, you may not have to insult Phil. But I can't do that. He's my role model. Where they did the Anglo-Saxon insult contest.
Yeah.
Which, as I recall, ended with up thee.
Yes.
So that's the one I need to find the cookie stamps for. I need to whitewash that. I will go whitewash that jug so I can get the border put on it because it's part of that same set.
Yeah.
Phoenix. Yes, you're being cute right now. Should we worry? We're innocent?
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe that one's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previous cats we had, they didn't muck with the pottery that was just sitting on the shelf. This one, she will make direct eye contact with you and tip things. Thus, we sealed all the cupboards with sheet vinyl.
Yeah. The YouTube's the Time Team Classic YouTube channel, and they're re-releasing a lot of the old episodes in high def, so they have better quality. They're not watching the ones off of YouTube that people recorded off the TV and aren't very high resolution, which is kind of cool. Not that we've watched a lot of it, but only in the last few years, because when I came across it on YouTube. First, to put all the red background in here. The first time I did this design, it took me so long to do. But this is the most popular pattern put on the inside of the cards, which is kind of cool. And over the years, and the batches of gold. All of the vines.
Yes, Nix, I gotta wait for it. It's terrible. Picture of whitewash. Are you far enough along that I can split the screen again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much longer do we want to keep going?
We should probably stop soon because I think we've been going for. I can't quite. There's a thing on the bottom of OBS, but you have to shift the chat. It's pretty much below the chat window.
I don't know how long we've been going.
2 hours, 42 minutes.
Oh my.
Considering we generally only stream from the wheel for about an hour and a half, we should
go.
probably cut it soon.
Ow.
Are you okay?
I put my arm back and it was clumped
There was a
into a platter.
I don't have a spot to stick the platter.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Just have to be careful.
How are your hands? Do your hands need a break?
Probably soon. Figure finish up the red background.
That sounds like a good stopping point.
It's been a great watching live and chatting with you, peeps.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been
you.
great chatting with you too. Really enjoy it.
Yeah.
We usually stream at least once a week. We try to do it 2 or 3 times. Unfortunately, we've never been able to stick with the schedule when we
not once. Because anytime we go, well, we'll do this as a schedule, something immediately comes
Oh,
up that
yeah.
throws it off.
So it's like, yeah.
Because we're like, oh, if nothing else, either Tuesday or Wednesday, then nothing should ever impact that.
Yeah.
Ahem. Famous last words. Oh, yeah, my hands need a break.
Yeah, that's Just trying to get moving. So
Yeah.
get some cookies.
We're gonna
They're
have
healthy
cookies for tea time?
Yes.
Well, our cookies are like
Chocolate chip.
they're
With
chocolate.
oatmeal.
Yeah, they're oatmeal chocolate chip. They have as much oatmeal in them as they do flour. So they're slightly less good.
Yes.
Picture is a drawing border pattern on a thing with a spout.
Always
Clashed with something else for me.
Yeah.
And when we do throwing, yeah, most of the streams are earlier in the day.
But, you know, people would prefer to be a different time of day. Let us know.
I don't really have a regular schedule.
Oh, yeah, that's always really hard. Yeah, with us, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. It's kind of like people, it's like, well, why don't you just call? It's like, what coast are you on? Because we like to do our, that kind of thing before business hours on the west coast of the States.
Yeah.
So we like it when the people we have to call are on the east coast and are 3 hours later.
Shift work, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And all of our videos are archived on YouTube as well,
Yes.
so.
So if you want to catch something non-live that's, since we haven't leveled up on Twitch yet, so we don't have the archive there. Getting closer.
We're getting
Not
closer.
there yet.
Yeah. But they're all archived onto YouTube.
Because we do.
Including some of the really horrible early ones.
Oh, goodness, yes. Recently went back and watched one of those really early ones.
Oh, I know, and it was really something.
I was like, wow. The sound quality is much better now. So is the camera angle. And oh my. Mind you, we still use that original camera.
Oh, that's cat cam.
That is cat cam, yes. Because we had a request for cat cam, and we had an extra ancient webcam. Well, kind of another USB slot on this machine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
No, we thought that one was done because needed percussive maintenance.
Yeah, there was one time we turned the camera on and everything was tinted yellow. It was like black and white, but the white was yellow, and I'm like, oh no, is it dying? So I went up to the camera and went tap.
Tap, tap.
It gave it one sharp tap with the finger and it came back. And it's never had another problem since.
And of course, at that point, it's going, okay, well, it's old. It's probably going to die soon. So bought another one. Of course.
Yeah.
It's never had another
It's never had another issue. Mind you, we have better resolution now, but...
Oh, yeah.
Because that webcam's getting close to 20 years old.
Yeah. Oh, mine went green.
Oh, yeah. It must be like when one of the color sequences goes funky.
Yeah.
Because I've also seen some people's theirs will go like red.
And that's kind of pretty disturbing.
Yes. There was one YouTuber, they went, well, the camera turned red, so I decided to film a horror game today.
Yeah.
Seemed appropriate. Wasn't what I was planning on, but works. Nix. No corks in the Kylix. You know better. Nix.
You might want to put that one up.
Yeah,
because that one's
done.
finished.
I will go put that one away.
And it always sounds good when I'm talking with a paintbrush in my mouth. Yeah.
Oof. Well, the finished piece cupboard's starting to get fuller.
Probably close to time to do another glaze fire.
Yeah, because there's a platter that's most of a shelf by itself. And there's about half a shelf worth of black cups. That'll go for the bottom. And the two Kylix will help fill that shelf.
Yeah.
How many plates are there? 4, 5.
Is the cat licking the pots? No. She likes to play fetch, so she has wine corks that we throw for her. And she'll bring them
Her favorite
back.
toy is a wine cork.
Yeah.
Fancy
And
cat toys? Nah.
So she'll bring it onto the table where all the pottery is sitting and drop it in one of the pieces.
Generally a bowl or bowl-shaped object.
Yeah, so it's kind of like...
Yes, we're talking about you. It's better than when she drops it between a cup and then tries to fish it out.
Yeah. We haven't had too many catastrophes with her yet.
No. And most of them was when she was younger and before we turned the wood shelves into cupboards by the application of sheets of vinyl and Velcro. Yeah, you're starting to sound creaky.
Better creaky than cranky, though, right?
True. Mind you, creaky tends to make cranky. Oh, can you move the pen cup so I can... The brush cup?
Brush cut.
Yeah. There we go. Maybe she wants to do her own designs. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes
Well-
we do get paw prints.
Well, she walks on the wet pottery and leaves paw prints and plates.
As she is.
And handles.
Yes. And there's times where... Well, there's also the cat paw print number 3 cookie stamp, which is her. When she turned a year old, we made a paw print cookie stamp from her, which involved taking the cat and dropping her on a slab of wet clay.
Yeah, we did that to the other 2 older ones.
Yeah. What, Nixie? Oh, should we be done? Why am I sitting here again? She's very confused with me down here to get at the computer. So, yeah, we should sign up.
We should sign.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Come on, Cursor, you can make it.
What time, maybe?